Here we are on another episode of the EVERBLACK podcast. On this episode, our guest is Björn Strid from Soilwork, who'll be touring the country next week. Before we head into the interview, we just need to give a shout out to our show supporters, Blacklight Art and Design, who are our go-to for all our screen printing needs. They do shirts, hats, patches, you name it. If you can wear it, they can print it. They've done all our shirts and hats for EVERBLACK Media, and they're great guys. www.blacklightad.com.au. The show is also brought to you by good friends at RW Promotion, who are the best in the biz when it comes to stickers, flyers, banners, badges, and all other promo you need for your band or business. Check them out at www.rwpromotion.com.au. Also want to recommend the awesome new occult clothing brand Electric Witch, who are launching this week and have some kick-ass apparel like shirts, dresses, and tops for those who like things on the darker side. Electric Witch was founded by Dark Cell guitarist and friend of the program, Postmortem Matt, and has put a lot of time into the project, and the designs are amazing. Like I mentioned in the last episode, I love the Death Dealer shirt and can't wait to get mine. It's brutal and they're just awesome. You can get a $10 discount off your first order now if you sign up, but hurry as it's only for the pre-orders. Check out all the kick-ass designs at www.electricwitch.com.au. Throw them a like on Facebook, help them spread the word because no doubt it's going to be huge. I really love what these guys are doing, and it definitely appeals to my taste in clothing. So good stuff, guys. All right, coming up on this episode, we have Björn Strid from Soilwork, who'll be in the country next week for their much-anticipated Australian tour in support of their 11th killer studio album, Verklighten, which I totally just mispronounced, and I did that in the interview as well. Sorry to all my Swedish friends. I'm trying, but he was very forgiving of that. So thanks for your help with that, Björn. It was actually really good to have him back on the show and talk all things Soilwork and living in Japan, the new album, and we even briefly spoke about a certain furry 80s TV alien he's a bit fond of, which was pretty funny. He's such a great dude and probably one of the best voices in metal. I can't wait to see them in Brisbane next week. It's just going to be killer. They are always amazing live. And you can catch Soilwork on Thursday, the 31st of October at the Triffid in Brisbane. That's with DESECRATOR and From Crisis to Collapse. Friday, the 1st of November at the Manning Bar in Sydney. That's with DESECRATOR and Flaming Wreckage. Saturday, the 2nd of November, and that's at Max Watts in Melbourne with DESECRATOR and Mason. Tickets are on sale now through Oztix and VIP meet and greets via www.hardlinemedia.net. Don't forget to subscribe to the Black Podcast through iTunes Podcast, Spotify, Spreaker, YouTube, and Facebook. And check out all our reviews and articles at www.everblackmedia.com. Like us on all socials and help us spread the word. We definitely appreciate that, guys. All right, here is my chat with the one and only Björn Strid from Soilwork. Get the new album now and get your tickets to see them because they are killer live. They just kick ass. Horns high, people. Enjoy.
How you been, Björn? What's happening?
Good. Been staying really busy, especially this summer. It's been pretty crazy. Did 33 shows in total with both bands. So, yeah, getting some time off, before the Aussie tour. So that's needed, I guess.
Yeah.
Before hell breaks loose.
Again. Are you at home or you're off on holidays?
No, I'm at home right now. I just came from a holiday together with my girlfriend. We went to Sardinia in Italy. It was really nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, dude, yeah. Well, Björn, it's good to talk to you again on the show. Man, I think this is actually your 5th appearance on the show now over the years.
Oh, nice.
So
it's good to be back.
You might as well start co-hosting, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'll just randomly take over when I go for my bathroom breaks. You can play some
there you go.
Smooth jazz.
Yes. It's a deal.
Well, of course, you're going to be heading back down here at the end of this month, and we are super pumped for it, man. Soilwork in Australia have always had a great relationship. Do you find that, when you tour here, a bunch of people want to catch up with you, or there's things you want to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's always great to come back. I believe this is the 7th time we're touring Australia, so it's crazy. We've been there that many times, and believe the first time was 2003, and we've had so many good times in Australia. I always love it there, and it's a pretty relaxed vibe, except for the shows. It's pretty crazy, but everything around is kind of relaxed, and I enjoy the weather. I love the landscape, and just people, and it's always great. So it's gonna be good to come back. This time it's only 3 shows. We usually do Perth and also Adelaide as well, but this time it's Brisbane, Sydney, and Melbourne. So, but still, I wish we had more time in Australia. But we keep on coming back, so maybe next time.
Do you find that it's like that in other places in the world as well? There's some places you just find you've just got a really good connection with. You enjoy going back to.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of places, I would say. I mean, coming to Japan is always special as well. We've been there probably 12 times, and I used to live there for a little bit as well. So I really enjoy Japan, and my favorite city is Kyoto, but we never play in Kyoto. It's always Osaka, Nagoya, and Tokyo, which is awesome as well, of course. But I enjoy being there, especially in the spring and the fall. There's something magical about it. And what else? I mean, there's some really great places in Europe too, obviously, but it tends to get a little bit more exotic when you come to Australia and Japan, and also North America. There's some really great spots as well. I love Arizona, with the desert and the blue sky and the palm trees. It's something special about that as well. I used to live there also for about 8 months. So there's some sweet spots out there.
Yeah, absolutely. You packed a lot in, dude. You've definitely packed a lot in. Yeah, that's awesome. And of course, I mean, you're going to be playing here in Brisbane on Halloween. I don't know if you're into that kind of thing. Is that something that the band celebrates?
It's on Halloween. I didn't know
October 31st.
Wow. So that's going to be a special show. That should be cool. I don't know if I'm not the kind of guy who dresses up that much. I tend to do it every night with Night Flight Orchestra. So that's right. Yeah. But anyways, I enjoy that. That's a part of me too, though. But I don't know. I guess we have to pull off something extra special for that night. Then.
No pressure, but Now you do. Yeah. Just throw it in there. No, the show enough. It's gonna be phenomenal. And of course, you release your latest album. Now, help me out with the pronunciation. Is it?
You want to give it a go?
I just sound stupid saying it. Verklighten.
Yeah, that's close. Verkligheten.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It sounds better when you say it. It came out in January this year, and man, that's a stunning album. I think it's absolutely one of your best. Do you feel that way about it too? Like it's
I agree. I really, really sincerely do. There's something special about it, and I think it does sum up the career pretty well. And I don't know. There's some unexpected twists and turns on the album as well. There's slightly more sort of heavy metal vibe to it at times.
Yeah,
and that's something that I enjoy, and sort of like blackened heavy metal, I would say. And the melodies on the album are just fantastic, and the arrangements and everything. And so it's there's a lot of presence on the album, and just a good flow and great riffing and everything. I think it feels pretty complete.
Yeah, and I dig the intro too. It sounds like it's a theme for a Western or a Western.
Yeah, it has that. It's like a Scandinavian Western somehow, like melancholic Scandinavian Western.
I love it.
Yeah.
Have you ever, in regards to that, have you ever been hit up to do scores for movies or anything like that?
No, never. I would love to, though. I would love to, but no, never any offers. No.
It's funny that because I think the thing about you guys is your songs are so heavily rooted in melody and things like that those songs and stuff could be translated to other styles and be interpreted in different ways.
Yeah.
Have you ever experimented with your own songs in those ways?
Not with having to sort of create a soundtrack in mind, but I think I'm when I compose songs, I always sort of connect with sort of pictures in my head. So I guess it is sort of cinematic in a way. So I guess that's sometimes why it has that sort of vibe, and I think it could fit in a lot of TV shows or whatever, or in a movie. It would be interesting, to hear it in a movie. So hopefully that's going to happen in the near future.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Of course, I mean the iTunes edition of the new album has Alissa from Arch Enemy in the track. Now here's another one, Stålfågel.
Stålfågel.
Yeah, you say it.
Yeah.
I love that track,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
What's the difference there? I mean, I know there's like the physical copy, the iTunes one. Did she come in and record that later after it was already released? How'd that happen?
No, this was actually not supposed to happen. That's the funny story about this. I mean, it was not planned, and somehow it leaked. Because Alissa, she was planned to record the song, and it was all included, but for various reasons, we were not going to release it on the actual album, and it was planned to come out later.
Wow.
But somehow it leaked out to distributors, and I'm not quite sure what happened. So it is what it is, and she did a great performance on the song as well. So I guess it's going to be one of those sort of hidden tracks, if you will. Yeah, I mean, we might still release it. I don't know, maybe on a 7-inch or something like that.
Yeah, because I thought it was on the iTunes version. But,
But
that's
only in
that's
certain
awesome.
only in certain countries, because in Sweden I don't think that's the case, and I think in North America, yes, and maybe Australia, and maybe I don't know. It's really confusing, the whole thing.
Has she ever jammed with you guys live on it?
No.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I love the video too, the animated.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about taking that series further? Maybe like a full concept action figures. Really make a big thing out of that.
Yeah. Well, maybe sort of make it into sort of like a series, and I think I'm sure we will, use the guy who made the video. His name is Elia Cristofoli, Italian guy. He's super talented, and he's done stuff for the Night Flight Orchestra as well. And so he's a great friend of ours and super creative. So I'm sure we're going to use him in the future as well, and we'll see if it's going to be connected to Stålfågel or not.
That's awesome. Yeah. So I mean, with that, hey, I think many fans would like to have their own set of Soilwork action figures. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. Are you a collector yourself? Are you into that sort of thing?
No, not really. Some 80s stuff here and there, but I wouldn't say that I'm a collector. Yeah, my favorite is a Alf, like, what do you call it? Like a stuffed Alf Burger King edition from '84.
Oh wow, there you go.
Yeah.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah, that's a deep cut for sure.
That is a very deep cut. I used to have the watch.
Oh, really? You had a watch?
I had an Alf watch, and you'd flip his head back.
No way.
Yeah, that was my favorite thing in the world. Couldn't tell the time at that age. No, it's long gone.
Damn it.
But yeah, I keep looking out for it. Keep looking out for it. And of course, you also released an EP this year too. Were they songs that were recorded at the same time?
Yes, they were. And I guess you could. I mean, it's not necessarily leftovers. It's just like we needed the album to have a certain flow, and these songs didn't really fit in. But that doesn't mean that they're leftovers. They're really cool songs. Pretty elaborate and experimental at times, and we thought instead of letting them collect dust in a vault, just release them instead.
Is there more? Have you guys got like a vault of unreleased material that?
I think we used to, but I think we've released most of the tracks. There might be something lying around, but most of the stuff that we recorded, and mixed and mastered, they're out by now.
There you go. Well, of course, what's next for you? What's next for Soilwork? Night Flight? What's coming up for you? after the tour?
Well, it's going to be Singapore, Australia, and Japan, and then we'll come home, and then we'll do a bunch of arena shows with Amorphis in Finland in November and December, and that's about it for this year. And then the new Night Flight Orchestra album comes out in late February next year. So I think next year will be mostly about Night Flight Orchestra. We like to sort of divide things. It becomes a little bit too much doing both bands at the same time. It's been pretty stressful, but fun. This summer we did 33 shows in total with both bands and flying back and forth every weekend. So it's been pretty crazy.
Could we maybe see Night Flight down under?
I would love to. Seriously, that's something that needs to happen. It's gonna be like it's gonna be like ABBA coming to Australia in late 70s, right?
I wasn't alive then, but I've seen pictures.
Yeah.
I think my mum was there or something. I don't know.
Oh, it's pretty mental. Yeah.
It will be,
Yeah.
and I'll be there. But in the meantime, I'll be seeing you on October 31st at the Triffid in Brisbane.
Yes.
Bjorn, thanks again for hanging on the show, man, and we'll see you there.
Absolutely. See you there. It's going to be awesome.